Welcome back everyone, Tina here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the workflow trigger called inbound email. This is different to the workflow trigger you may already know, which is called customer replied. How so? The inbound email trigger can target both contacts that are coming from outside your CRM account into your account and trying to cold email you, for example, or already existing contacts in your account that are just messaging you. The customer reply trigger only fires when a customer replies to an email that you have sent from the CRM. So that's the difference. So the inbound email trigger allows you to fire any action whenever an email is received. This trigger also gives you granular control on how the emails are being received that are incoming. So you can capture leads, route conversations, and reply faster than ever. So to recap, the inbound email trigger works with contacts that are not in your CRM. It works with contacts that are in your CRM, and it works with email replies you're receiving because you've sent an email before. Please note that this will not disrupt your existing workflows where you have already applied the customer replied trigger. To avoid overlap, please make sure that once you use the inbound email received trigger, you're going to really narrow down what is it exactly that you would like to do with it. Before you configure this trigger, please make sure that you have actually a dedicated sending domain set up under settings and emails. This inbound email trigger works best with configurations on LC and Mailgun. If you do not have a dedicated domain configured, the system will not capture all inbound emails. So let me show you how that looks like, and I will walk you through bit by bit. So first, let's navigate to automations on the left, workflows at the top, create a new workflow or select one in question. And then from here, we want to add a trigger and type inbound. Here you see the inbound email trigger. Select it. And right here, you can see already a notification within the user interface that capturing emails from this particular domain causes problems because it's been connected to multiple different sub-accounts. So please, if you have multiple different accounts, always use a separate subdomain for each account. Do not use the same CNAME because it will cause issues. So from here, you see the workflow trigger is inbound email. And then here, for clarification, you can always rename it to inbound email sales, for example, right? So under filters, we have many different options. Email sent to a mailbox. That then, for example, could be the sales email inbox. So the email sent to equals sales@yourdomain.com, for example. This way, you can then funnel all the sales conversations directly to the sales team. You can notify a user, or you can send a WhatsApp pop-up notification. You can send them an email. You can forward the email right away and say, hey, Tina just sent an inbound email talking about XYZ. We also have custom values that you can implement, and you can pull the text body right away into different emails. You can also use several different filters instead of one. So let's click add filter. So let's say if we are receiving an inbound email to this particular sales email, and if, for example, the CC, somebody is CC'd, equals is any contains or does not contain, let's say contains Tina, okay? Here you would just enter the word and then press enter to add the phrases. So if the name Tina is CC'd into an inbound email that goes to sales, then this trigger would fire. We can continue with the filters if we wanted to and be even more granular. If it's coming from a particular email, from a particular person, if it has a subject line refund, for example, if the body has a specific criteria, if the email has attachments, if somebody replied to a workflow or has a contact tag. So you can really be very specific with what you want to do with this automation. So now let's say we just wanted to keep those two filters. Next up, we have the advanced settings, which you can turn on if you don't want this trigger to fire every time a new email comes in, even if they just reply to a thread. So let's say you're receiving an email from somebody to the sales email, and they reply back and forth, your conversation goes back and forth, then it doesn't kind of like make sense to keep notifying the team every time they reply, right? So maybe it would make sense based on your use case to just turn this on, and that the trigger then only fires for new email conversations. So from here, we want to save the trigger, and then you could go ahead and create your actions. For example, if we receive an email to our sales email, we could add it to a pipeline, right? We can select a pipeline, we can select a stage, into the marketing pipeline, and that would be a new lead. Opportunity name, we can add their contact. You can add the source, the opportunity value. Let's say your product is $2,000, and then the status is obviously still open. Then we can hit save action. And now every time you're receiving an inbound email to the sales email, they get put into the new lead column inside of opportunities. We can also, for example, assign a task to a team member, then to take care of this particular email. Now let's X this out and use another inbound trigger. You can use, by the way, several different ones. So let's select it. And let's say the subject line or the body text contains the word refund, right? So we want to rename this to inbound email refund. Then we can maybe add a tag, add a contact tag, for example, refund request, right? Rename the action name as well. And then from here, we can then notify team member, send an email, the same actions as I mentioned before, whatever the use case should be. Now let's add another one. I wanted to show you the attachment as well. So if the inbound email has an attachment, yes or no, let's say yes. If there is some sort of PDF or anything like that attached to that email, then we want to fire that trigger. Then from here, you can notify the operations team, for example, or add a tag, signed contract, or whatever the use case may be. You can also prevent the trigger from firing on every single reply on a thread. To do that, uncheck the track replies in existing threads inside of the workflow settings. When disabled, the trigger only fires for new emails in new threads. Well, I hope you like this feature, and be sure to check out all of our free snapshots, white labeled videos, and much more linked in the description below.